Okay, another video coming to you from Sarah Jackson here at her home in Hamilton. Well, this member want great service and great discount on any service. Make sure you go to Skyway VPN service and quote in there promo code Sarah Jackson for great and that too. This video brought to you by Skyway VPN services of UK. So, if you need, and also if you want to also search code Norm Phillips, you get discounts as well on your VPN service, and protect your service from unwanted hackers. I should have my VPN on YouTube if it's been me from awful hacks and that. Anyways, well, now on to the video. I have a prediction today. I had this prediction for a while. I predicted sort of by September this year, in my prediction, what I see is that coming down the pipe, the government talking about slow reopening borders on May 2-4 weekend, possibility of not opening all the borders, just only some borders in the area, which is Canada-US, some borders, but all borders. And so they're going to start this gradual reopening of borders. That can start in May. Now, with the number of vaccines, like yesterday in Hamilton alone, 20 over the vaccinated, the highest number of people ever have got their first dose of Pfizer. Matter of fact, half the almost all the 80-year-olds and frontline workers all got vaccine. Over 30,000 doses were administered in the city yesterday alone in Pfizer vaccines. So that's really good. I heard that really great. So that's gonna revving up. That really said now we're going into 7-year-old and big maybe big another big success really. With all these people, over 2,000, within Canada, over 82 million people got the first doses Canada-wide. 92 billion got their second doses in the U.S. And that tells me quite a lot, too, you know. And that does tell me quite a lot. In many, many ways, because hundreds of people oh boy. Hundreds and thousands of people have gotten the doses of the Pfizer vaccine in Canada alone. Almost 22 million got the vaccines in Canada. Over 1 million got the second doses in Canada alone. So that tells me, that means they're going to be, what I see coming at all, what I see from today, and a high amount of people getting the vaccines, great. I mean, that's great. But what I see coming, here's what I see the rewards for all this. Again, I see very sweet rewards coming out of this. Number one, as more people get vaccinated this summer, more younger people get the vaccinations and stuff like that, and this whole entire summer, I still see in September, maybe by in August, I see our case numbers of coronavirus dropping down to all-time 1 or 2 cases in all Canada, or 3 or 4 cases, down so low that in numbers of cases that the government going to say in August or September, they're going to say this, well, by the way, we got low numbers of cases here. The WPATH are going to look at this and say, okay, we got very low numbers of cases. Only got a few countries, couple countries overseas with high cases like here and there. So, you know, those countries probably will remain closed countries for now, but they don't need cases in many other countries, you know. So, what we're going to do now, if we're going to declare COVID-19 over with within North America and in Canada, and everything's going to go back to normal. No more PPEs need to be worn, anything like that. Plus, on top of it, only except for these two countries are on a list of having it. We're not declared over in except for China and except for these two countries are not declared over with yet. So these two countries, it is still pandemic in now two countries only. So vice versa, etc. So these two countries are considered not in the part of this global reopening of the whole entire economy. So all of a sudden, I see all of a sudden, the day that happens, people are gonna party like galore. But and two other countries where not yet over with, they ain't gonna party yet. But they're just gonna be sitting there watching us party, and we're gonna be sitting there thinking, well, not saying that if they get caught up in their vaccination for, then they will reopen too and become coronavirus free. So eventually, what I see here in Canada is by September, I predict the pandemic will be cleared over in September or before September. Between now and late September or November, the pandemic will be declared over. That point, I'm predicting this in the future. Just for the amount of vaccination being administered now, and the amount of where the government talking, and how to talk about opening borders again. Seriously talking about it. It's not just saying, whoa. How Biden talking about reopening borders. How all of a sudden we're getting vaccines from the U.S. now. Thank goodness for that. We now have to import it from other countries. So all of a sudden we're starting to get some exports coming to Canada now from the U.S. So that's pretty good. So that means that Biden is now discussing reopening borders too. And that's pretty good. I think if we're going to do open borders, probably going to open only a few of them. Like I see an opening Niagara Falls and U.S. border. And I don't see an opening Lewis and Queenston Bridge. And I see that border there. I don't see an opening the Peace Bridge in Buffalo. I see an opening up just the Niagara Falls border only. That only one be open. So anybody coming into Canada may have to quarantine, not have to quarantine, and how that's going to work. But when the pandemic ends, nobody can have to quarantine. Nobody can be worried about going there. And people, it'd be very joyous for a lot of people. It'd be very joyous season. It'll be a celebration that we have never had before. It's going to be already talking about having a day of remembrance to all those who lost their life to coronavirus, all those who sailed through this and made it out the other side. Ones that ones that make it other side will be ones that are going to be will be happy people. Will be the real winners. The ones that don't make it other side, ones that died, are ones that lost the fight. Who's winning? We are winning a fight in Moderna, Pfizer. They're winning a fight. 1 year at a time. We're attacking the pandemic. And they said, scientists said this couldn't be done. People said this couldn't be done. You know what? It couldn't be done, but we're doing it. It's like really doing it. We have done something that couldn't be done. No. And you know what? Sailing out the other side of this whole thing, it can be one most marvelous day in my life when people are coming out there and we're coming out the other end of this, and we put this behind us as a bad day in Canada. But we'll go down in history books. We'll be recorded in history books of a pandemic that happened and people. It will be in history books. Somehow I played an important role in history books too, because I followed the rules too. I followed every day. After PPE, I told around people here, don't leave home without your PPE. I said that right at the end of my radio show. So, remember, please, if you go outside, don't leave home without your PPE. And think about this. You want to help people who are out and homeless on the streets, sleeping in tents, or having to force to tear accommodations, forced into semi-rooming houses in the city. Make a big donation to missing services. And you know what? And I want to make a huge, big donation to Missing Services, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Address 196 Wentworth. So make the big donation today, and maybe let's sink the Hamilton homeless. Let's get them housed. That's the main thing. Man and woman housed. Nobody should be on the streets. Vlog over.